Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome for those who are new to the channel. My name is fransica brackin. Welcome back you guys. The Lord gave me this interesting word today. I was watching a movie. Something I was watching a movie, a cartoon. I was watching something, and I was watching George of the Jungle, right? Oh God, now many people gonna be like, oh, I want to watch that too. No, no, don't follow me. Right? I was watching I was watching George of the Jungle, right? And the cartoon version of George of the Jungle, I think it have a narrator in the real one. For who knows George of the Jungle, who don't, I'll explain it, right? George of the Jungle, I was watching that, and there's a part in George of the Jungle where he did something foolish and he ended up going back in time. And he asked the narrator, right? That is the person who reading out the story. He asked the narrator, where am I? And the narrator started to explain to him, right? He said, narrator, explain or whatever it is. And the Lord gave me this revelation through this, right? For some of you all to explain some stuff to you all. He said, the narrator is to you guys is like the Lord. The narrator to you guys is like the Lord. And a narrator, if you go and look up the meaning of a narrator is someone that I think if they read the story or they write the story, right? In a story, this narrator would show you how things explain things to you and all these things. And he said, picture the narrator of your story is Abba. That means he have all right. And I did that before I jumped that. I did not know what he mean when he just showed me that, right? And he said, narrator meaning that I write your story, right? And I guide you as to what I'm doing and what I am not doing, right? And the Lord brought this to me. He said, if I'm reading out your story or whatever it is because I have already written your story. Most of you all are frightened at the outcome of how things is gonna be and how that is going to be, and I wonder if it's gonna be okay. And you're stressing over the future, or having anxiety over the future, or having anxiety over that. He said, "Be anxious of nothing." Right? Be anxious of. I hope I correct that. Quote that correctly. You're stressing over this and you're stressing over that. When the narrator, which is Abba, have already written your story and he's reading it out, least all you have to do is just go and tell Abba, guide me as to what is the next step in my story that you have written, right? But that's not what he gave me. He showed me when this guy George traveled back in time, and his smaller him was upset because he never come out who he what the smaller version of him thought he would have come out, right? And he was angry, and we saw that he come back or wherever it is, and he said, oh, he's king of the jungle or wherever it is, I didn't want that, and it's because of this, and they were angry. And he also showed a part in George where he prayed was in the future, and they say that the future then needed George to be ruler over everything, right? And the Lord explained this to me through this little part. He said, just like George, in the story you see, before I explain it, in the story you see that the best possible outcome where who George needed was to be was who he was, which was the king over the jungle, right? Who he was currently, right? Then the best possible outcome was that, right? Even though it wasn't what he originally thought he would have become, it was the best possible outcome, right? That he would have been. And we see that the future that was without him still needed him. And the Lord have me to understand this. He said, some of you all, you might not, when you think back in past, I want it was to be such a great thing and I never get to do that, and it's because of this and it's because of that. And the Lord say, you are currently the best possible outcome that you can be. You're currently on that road towards it. Once you're doing it with Abba, you're on that road towards that thing. You're on that road. The best, some of you might think that you made, oh, I make a mistake or whatever it is, and I should have. He say, right, some of you all don't know it, but the best, you are the best possible you that you could have been once you're doing it with Abba. It might not be who you originally thought you would be, because when you actually have so much of dreams or whatever, but you are in the best possible outcome that you can be in. You're in the best position. The Lord say you haven't messed up your life. Some of you all are messed up so much or whatever it is, and best I go and do this, and it's because of that person and you're angry about it. He say you are in the best possible outcome of what your life could have become or whatever it is. The narrator, the one that is reading your story, the one that is reading your story, just ask guidance from him. He's gonna direct you. He may show you, go back and task back on who you want to be. He's not on who you was and all the dreams that you had. It's not for you to be disappointed in it. It's not for you to be disappointed. That means when you are a child, you have plenty roads in front of you, and the Lord say for one of his children, he always, no matter if you think you're straight off on the wrong road, and I could do it this way, he always direct you on the right road. You are the best possible you that you can be. You are currently on that road. One of his children, he always strays back in alignment. He always lead us back in alignment. Is like, you ever see that shepherd that have that rod, and you have that sheep, and the sheep going so, and you just nudge it so. You nudge it so to stay in with the flock, and you nudge it so to stay there. This is how the Lord have been directing some of you all. He has been guiding you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and reading your story. Anyway, you guys, I hope you understand what Abba say. He's the narrator to your story. Just ask him for guidance, and you are on. I don't know who need to hear it, but you are on the right track. You have not messed up your life because you had so much dream, and it's because of this. Don't be disappointed. It's not because of this and because of that. The Lord say the best possible, the you that you can be. Either you're on the track, you're on the right track, but you are the best possible you that you can become. That you can become. Ain't nothing rob you of that dreams and maybe you should have done. No. You are the best possible you that you can become. Stay blessed, stay strong. Bye, guys.